Going forward, let's discuss Violet the traitor and her other persona.
Good evening, Mr. Leonid.
Margaretha! What a pleasant surprise. Why, I was just thinking of you.
Of me? Oh, I'm flattered. Even if it was just a lie.
It's not. I wanted to see you, especially tonight. To think I still had some luck with me. It really is astonishing.
Margaretha?
I suppose you can't help but be surprised. This aspect of her isn't touched upon in the history books. Margaretha was one of the names she used.
Violet the traitor had many relationships with Imperial officers for her reconnaissance. It's written she would steal information and kill them to destroy the evidence. That said, I think they went overboard by calling her an unprecedented femme fatale.
Yes. For her honor, I will tell you this. She never killed any of the officers. In fact, she was too kind for a spy.
Haven't you had enough to drink?
It's fine. It's not like anyone's waiting for me at home.
Oh, please. You have a wife, don't you?
I do, but she's a socialite. Every night she's at a party somewhere.
Ah, the extravagant type. There are definitely those kinds of women. Still, she must mean a lot to you, right?
No way. The only thing keeping us together is money.
Why not just drive her out?
Unfortunately, I married into her family.
That is quite a problem.
I should head home. I have an early start tomorrow.
Oh, is it that time already?
See you. Talking to you helps calm me down. Thanks.
I wish I had met you sooner, Leonid.
Violet would send her intelligence in coded letters that only the traitors could understand. The recipient of those letters was Amlet, who was also in the military.
Jackpot. There's gonna be a Grand General posted there.
It appears that Avaloon has become a location with more significance to us than Jutland.
Question is, which one?
So there are things even Violet can uncover. Regardless, it's good news. I anticipate it'll be Admiral Gustav.
Gustav's sharp, the Empire's best tactician. He knows how to handle a weapon, and is rumored to be the most skilled of the Grand Generals. If Ruse is bolstering its defenses for winter, they might rely on Gustav.
Could be the big galoosh, though.
We'll find out when we get there.
Please do. That said, what worries me is when precisely a Grand General will be deployed to Avaloon.
Yeah, 'cause it's smack dab in the middle of our prep time. Almost like they already know Jutland's invading Avaloon.
You think we've sprung a leak?
It's always a possibility. We are in a time of war now. The military, parliament, business world, even those in town are suspect. The only people we can trust is us five.
Doesn't matter who comes. We're taking Avaloon. We'll get to the Emperor one step at a time if that's what it takes.
Captain,
What is it?
I want to trust you.
What are you talking about? If you have a complaint about my command decisions, I'm all ears.
I think you know what I mean.
No, I don't.
I see. Let's discuss this another time. The princess trusts you.
November 30th. The operation to target the Ragnite industrial zones in Avaloon began.
It's said that the Jutland army, along with the Apsarian militia, stressed the fact they were the Liberation Army. That their main objective of that conflict was to free the workers of Avaloon. And that the benefit to Jutland was a secondary.
And because of that fact, the morale of the Jutland army had increased with righteous indignation. Needless to say, the support and expectations of a fervent public pushed them forward even more.
We've engaged the enemy's main forces at the defense line. As your excellency has planned, we will lure them to the designated area, then ambush them with crossfire.
Right. Well, tell them not to screw it up. Tell them, if they live until nightfall, they get a nice surprise.
Yes, sir!
Well then, I guess it was worth coming all the way here.
Let's get to work.
So, once we liberate Avaloon, their Ragnite goods will be able to reach Jutland too, right?
They mostly make munitions, but I suppose it could be retrofitted to supply civilian goods.
We'll finally be able to get more medicine. That's one of Parliament's highest priorities.
It'll be fine. Let's believe in our country's freedom and justice.
Did something happen, Godot?
It's nothing. Or rather, nothing that will interfere with the mission.
I see.
Please, Princess, focus on the task at hand. You must live up to your responsibilities on the battlefield.
Just so.
Time to split up into smaller teams. Move out! It's almost time. Withdraw.
It's...
You.
I am Maxime, Grand General of the Ruzi Empire.
A Grand General?
A lapdog for the Empire now. I thought you were the Prince of Apsaria.
Your point? Prepare to die!
The bombing's about to begin. If we stay any longer...
What are you doing? Get away from there!
Hurry! Ophelia!
Oh no, Phoebe! Is she dead?
She's just unconscious. This place might go up any second. We need to get out of here.
Your Excellency, are you all right? We must fall back. But first, rescue any survivors. Those who can move. Follow me! Yes, sir!
Brunhild, we have new orders for you.
Do not be arrogant, mortal. I shall not permit a human to wield my power as they wish. The laws of nature do not allow it.
You dare to defy us. We are your partner. Without us, you cannot exist.
I shall comply, for that is my atonement.
The mission was a success, Captain.
Fifi!
Oh, thank God.
I fainted? Yappers! But hey, the mission went super duper! Kaboom!
Are you okay, Your Highness?
I'm all right. My apologies for having worried everyone. Once again, I proved to be completely useless.
Well, well, if it isn't little Hans.
Please don't call me little. I'm already a grown-up man.
Yoo-hoo! Hansi?
Yes?
Didn't you know, for a boy to become a man, he must first have a coming of age by parting the veil of a goddess's... Ow!
Don't teach Hans stupid things like that. You try that again, I'll shoot.
Yes, Miss Bridget.
Huh?
Hans.
Oh, right. Sorry. And by the way, congratulations, Captain.
Update.
Well, sir, the enemy's attacks have been intensifying.
We've met with some difficulties.
New reports indicate that these Ruzi forces are under the direct command of a high-ranking admiral. We had no prior intel on this, so the brass is scrambling to get on top of the situation.
Their admiral. We're going to assist the main army. We'll dismantle their primary mono weaponry, then attack the Admiral. Hans, relay our plan. When we flank them, that's the time to retreat and recover.
Yes, sir!
Let's go.
You sure you're up for this?
Yes. I shan't disgrace myself in front of the others again.
With the arrival of the anti-Valkyria squad, the Ruzi army was thrown into a moment of disarray. In that time, the Jutland army retreated, recovered their formation, and were able to maintain the battlefront. Amlet's unit resupplied with the main group and rested at a frontline encampment before deploying into battle. By then, the Avaloon battlefield was shrouded in the darkness of night.
This'll be tough, even for us.
Huh?
Our so-called captain doesn't seriously expect us to charge forth like common foot soldiers, right? Right?
If he does, I'm going to doubt his sanity.
Gustav must be in that tower. I'll get there no matter what it takes. And have my revenge.
Time to wrap things up. Only we can do this. It's no different than any other mission. Everyone, charge!
Wow, you came alone. Fancy that. So, did you come to meet a Grand General, or did you get lost on your way to the Privy?
Gustav!
Catch me if you can.
Out of my way!
Looks like the mission's complete. Right. I guess it all worked out.
Egads, to make me act with reckless abandon, the nerve of that puffed-up Prince of Paupers. Why,
Huh? Where's the captain?
Oh. He's not here. I wonder if we got separated somewhere.
Well, I'll be damned. Looks like your little princess platoon lives up to the hype after all. Vanargand, was it? We owe you a lot these days. You've certainly got our intelligence division whipped up into a frenzy. Even so, we're still missing a few minor details. Oh? Here she comes. Well then, I'll leave the dirty work to her.
Get back here! Valkyria!
It's eerily quiet. There's no one here. Is it over?
Something's not right.
Agreed. This doesn't feel right.
Huh?
Is that singing?
What the?
My chest!
What's... It hurts. This is... alchemy. No. Magic?
Who's singing?
I can hear it.
Princess!
Fifi! What now?
This time, I can still fight!
I can't beat it. I'm going to die here. I'm sorry, everyone.
Amlet!
The singing. It's coming from that thing?
So that is the Valkyria.
That's it? So they are Reapers, at least in appearance.
You need to get out of here. We're not ready to face this thing yet.
Huh?
What did you say?
I'll keep it busy. Go!
But, Captain! Do you have a death wish, Captain?
The only one allowed to defeat you is me. I cannot abide you dying before our duel.
This isn't like you, Captain.
I'm having doubts about your judgment. I can't obey that command.
We'll make our own decisions.
Our squad was formed to counter it, wasn't it? There's only one thing to do.
Vanargand, form up! Target the Valkyria. This is what we trained for.
Let's fight, Amlet.
It's working?
Amlet! Please snap out of it! Amlet!
This is pretty bad.
It hurt so much!
Princess!
That voice. The song. It echoes through my mind.
Ophelia. How are you?
Perhaps I can protect us. I can save everyone if I sing.
Sing?
I've sung this tune, these words for as long as I remember. A prayer for my people's safety and for my kingdom's prosperity. Even now, for our country and everyone here, I offer my song to the heavens above. Hear me. Dear shield maiden, spear in hand, please grant us the strength to stand.
Phoebe's magic music, it
drowned out the dirge of death?
Hey, what's going on?
Ophelia.
Alack and alas, that villainous vixen beat a retreat.
We narrowly escaped death.
Oh my gosh, Phoebe!
She's unconscious. Captain, what did the princess just do?
A Galder. She used a Galder.
Galder?
What's that?
I don't know much in detail.
Of course she has a secret power. Still, that was pretty amazing.
It must be nice to be you. Your optimism knows no bounds. I'm a little uneasy about that. It's an unfamiliar power.
It scared me how strong it was.
Now we have a means to fight back against the Reaper's song. We need to learn more about this burden the princess bears.
It's morning. We've been fighting all night.
Would you look at that? To think they'd beat the Reaper. Glad I got to enjoy the show, albeit from the cheap seats. But the Princess Platoon really stole the spotlight. What a strange power that girl has.
Your Excellency, shall we call back the retreating units?
No need. We already lost this battle. As for the war, Jutland's army is the least of our concerns. To bring down Vanargand, we'll need to start planning ahead. Looks like things are finally getting interesting.
Lure the Jutland army into an industrial area with no escape, then have the Valkyria inflict a devastating blow. That was Emperor Claudius's intent, but it was halted by the activities of the vanargand. Meanwhile, Lindegard takes action in Jutland after Avalun was taken. He claimed that the Empire's use of a Valkyria was a sign of a larger attack and appealed to the king for a ceasefire. However, Solomon the traitor opposed that by focusing on the results that were gained from the Avalun battle.
Nonsense! The death toll alone was catastrophic.
You exaggerate. The casualties accrued were well within expected contingencies.
How can you say such a thing?
Your Majesty, this is how I perceive it. The deployment of a Valkyria proves that the Empire acknowledges us as a threat. This is a monumental achievement. The Empire had no intention of negotiating a ceasefire in the first place. That is why they used the Valkyria. Thankfully, our army has the anti-Valkyria squad, and they have proved to us that a Valkyria is nothing to fear. That is why we should set up an environment in which we can arrange a treaty to our benefit. If we think of the people's suffering and anguish, it's obvious what we must do.
I heard a song. It had an air of nostalgia. To think it would come from a mere mortal.
Oh, Your countenance betrays something akin to emotion, almost as if you were human. According to Gustav, the girl's voice overpowered your own. Leave the little songbird to me. Mark me, you and I share life itself. Your enemies are mine. Have you finished licking your wounds?
Yes, sire.
Our hunter has fallen again to the fangs of the wolf.
I have brought shame to your empire.
No matter. To err is human, to forgive, divine. Maxime, we shall grant you opportunity to redeem yourself.
I am grateful, Your Majesty.
You know of the Princess Ophelia, no?
Indeed. I have crossed blades with her several times in the battlefield.
To hear tell of the recent battle, she too can sing a Galder.
A Galder?
This new magic is said to rival even that of the Valkyria. Who knew such a rose could blossom amidst the jutish weeds?
The princess wields it.
Of course. Her powers pale in comparison to the Reapers, but a thorn in our side cannot be ignored. Therefore, we wish for you to assassinate the Princess Ophelia.
Assassinate?
Correct. Any threat to our reign must be nipped in the bud. Our predecessors learned that piece of wisdom far too late.
I cannot comply. Assassination is not the way for a king to fight. Your Majesty has always boldly gone to battle to take what you desire. That is your Imperial Majesty's path of power.
Oh, you dare to lecture us on the way of kings?
No, that was not my...
You are mistaken. Nothing matters but that which leads us on the road to rule. We would become a monster, or a demon to take another step. You were ordained a Grand General because we deemed you fit to follow in our footsteps. Was our confidence misplaced? Maxime, this is not a request, but an Imperial command. Assassinate the Princess Ophelia.
I cannot.
Did you not come to learn, to drink from our well of wisdom?
Allow me to fulfill that duty.
Huh?
Victor.
Is that acceptable, Maxime?
We will abide. Victor, you are hereby appointed to the task.
As you command.
The pendant? You sure it's the exact same necklace, not some knockoff?
There's no way one of us would mistake it. There's only one in the world.
Why would the Valkyria be wearing Miss Maria's pendant?
No way! Is she already...
If they were going to kill her, they would have done it already with everyone else that day. But they took her.
Which is why we knew she was still alive. I believe she is, even now. I'm uncertain about that pendant, however. There's a lot about this last battle we don't understand, including a new Grand General with advanced augmentation. Not to mention a Valkyria with Miss Maria's pendant and the princess's newfound power.
You gonna report all that crazy shit?
No, the royal family said not to. I suppose they don't want anyone thinking the princess is a Valkyria herself. I didn't anticipate that a Valkyria would be deployed. You have my apologies.
It's my fault too. I didn't catch even a hint of it.
Means their classified info's on lockdown. Not too shabby.
But we now know for certain, unless we defeat the Valkyria, we can't carry our wishes to completion.
Ruse clearly means business. Expect to encounter the Valkyria again.
Lucky us. The more they show their hand, the more chances we get to beat them up.
Am's the one who's beating them up?
Hey, Vi, don't forget about the alchemic weapons I developed. Of course, Sabanchi and company is gonna keep on upping the ante. So come on, let's all kick some Valkyrian ass together.
Yeah, together.
I'll see what I can dig up on Valkyria lore. Might discover something new if we compare it to what we've seen firsthand.
We'll need to look into the princess's song, too.
It's called a Galder.
Care to share with the class, Sam?
Powerful magic that's channeled through singing. That's all I learned at the Institute. I don't remember the specifics, but I think it can somehow weaken a Valkyria.
I think I've read something about that before. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's definitely worth looking into.
If we press the advantage, it may become our trump card against the Valkyria.
Which means, Am, you'll need to properly protect the princess.
Guess the Maiden of Jutland's our new VIP, huh? Hey, what's up?
I'm sorry. I let Gustav get away.
Oh, that? Forget about it.
If the Empire's taking the war with Jutland in earnest, we can be sure the Grand Generals will be on the battlefield. We don't need to rush it, Amlet.
The Grand Generals? Didn't think they'd find a new one so fast.
Yeah, who the hell is this guy?
Laertes, the Prince of Ipsaria.
Say what?
Ophelia said she was sure.
Ipsaria's prince alive. What a scoop.
Even if he's the real deal, it doesn't change the fact that Ruse wiped out the rest of Ipsaria's royal family. Which means the Emperor killed this guy's parents. So how the goddamn did he end up a Grand General?
The trust between the Emperor and his Grand Generals is stronger than blood. I'm sure there's a reason he was added.
Vi, could you look into him?
Yeah, I'll dig around.
Thanks.
Ipsaria has calmed down under Jutland's rule. The existence of the prince may become a hindrance.
This is getting complicated.
Very. All the more reason to be careful.
You're awake.
Miranda.
You should lie down, milady.
No, I am all right. Although my head is still a bit foggy.
My brother told me what happened.
I cannot remember much, except wanting to protect everyone by singing. That much I recall quite clearly.
And protect them you did. Godot said your voice was angelic.
Is that so?
His Majesty has ordered the military to research your song.
Huh.
Your Highness may very well be the real anti-Valkyria force.
Me? This is most confusing. Yet I cannot forget the battlefield. Whatever they say about me, the truth is that when Vanargand really needed me, I failed to prove myself to the anti-Valkyria squad. Where is Godot now?
My brother's out. He said he wanted to look something up.
Thank you, again. I must be off.
Huh?
Oh, Freet. What brings you here? We don't have a meeting scheduled, do we?
Just need to do a bit of research. The guy who just left, wasn't that...
Oh, that's Godot Villefort, from Vanargand. You know him?
No, just odd seeing a soldier in a place like this.
He was looking through some old newspapers for an article written 10 years ago.
What did he want with that?
No clue. So what brings you here?
Need to do some research on Valkyria.
Don't know if we have anything on them.
Even folktales would help. I'll be browsing the stacks for a bit.
This isn't a library, you know.
Yeah, but you've got a much bigger selection.
Well, maybe if you wanted unlimited access, you shouldn't have quit.
Freelancing suits me.
Just put back whatever you take out. Leaving so soon?
Yes, sorry for intruding.
Did you find the article you wanted?
Yes, thank you for the assistance.
No, by all means. Happy to be of help.
Thank you, again. I must be off.
Huh?
Oh, Freet. What brings you here? We don't have a meeting scheduled, do we?
Just need to do a bit of research. The guy who just left, wasn't that...
The orphanage that burned down 10 years ago. It was in Molda. The mother and daughter running it, and most of the children all burned to death. Only 5 orphans survived. I'm certain one of them was the captain. And it was 10 years ago that then Crown Prince Claudius came to Molda with the 4 Grand Generals. He came to survey the Valkyria ruins. Unfortunately, most of the records from them were lost once Molda was annexed by Ruse. It can't be a coincidence that all the records of the captain and the other orphans vanished around the same time.
Oh, Lieutenant Villefort! It's getting really bad, sir. Please, come help.
Explain yourself, knave! Clamming up again! Do you take us for fools, you baseborn?
Are you finished? I acknowledge your complaint. Seems there's room for improvement in my command style. I apologize. I'll try to work on that. Don't hesitate to speak up if you have any further complaints in the future. That goes for all of you. Is that all?
You!
What's going on here?
Oh, as always, you have great timing.
We wanted the captain to explain with his words what happened at Avaloon.
You're referring to when he disappeared.
Don't you find that suspicious? He just ran off without telling us a thing.
It happened in Molda, too. He acted on his own. It's unusual.
And you all feel the same?
Well, we don't plan to yap on about it as much as a certain someone, though. It's just, well, we want to do something about this atmosphere.
This keeps up, the group won't be able to work well as a unit. We should resolve this issue, you know.
Don't know, don't care.
But wait, everybody. The reason the captain ran off was to face the Valkyria alone. I'm sure he just didn't want to put anyone else in danger.
If that's the case, that's a big problem. It means the captain doesn't trust our abilities. This unit was created to eliminate the threat of the Valkyria. If we aren't trusted, we won't be able to risk our lives when it's needed most.
You're a soldier too. You get what Bridget's saying, don't you?
Now do you understand the severity of the situation? We can't carry on like this!
I trust each and every last one of you. I wouldn't be here if not for all of you. I thought for sure the Valkyria was going to kill me. But then you guys showed up, and we won. The anti-Valkyria squad won.
Captain.
If we work together, we can overwhelm the Valkyria. I have a responsibility to bring victory to Jutland, and I'll need your strength to do that. I'm counting on all of you.
Don't look at me! I shan't be fooled by such words. Besides, that was no explanation. 'Twas a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
I think it best to drop this matter.
Excuse me?
It's true the captain's behavior as of late has been suspect, and I cannot and will not ignore that. But we are at war. Right now, the only thing that matters is victory. I will personally keep note of the captain's actions, and render judgment after the campaign winds down. Do you find that agreeable, Captain?
I have no objections.
Then the matter is settled. We remain on standby until the next mission. Dismissed.
What?
Jorder.
Roger.
What the deuce? No, see here, I still haven't even...
Well now, we have a standby order. That means it's time for drinks.
I hope I didn't overstep my bounds.
Not at all.
Captain, I want to trust you.
Yes, so you've mentioned.
That is why I will continue to look into your past. This war is personal for you. Whatever's between you and the Grand Generals causes you to lose your composure. The fire at the orphanage in Mulda, the children who survived, Claudius looking into the Valkyria ruins at that same time. I must know what it is you're hiding.
Anything unusual happen?
Hmm?
I saw one of your men leaving the newspaper's office.
Godot. He's looking into my past. He learned about the orphanage, the fire. He knows there were survivors.
The article from 10 years ago. I should have destroyed it.
He became suspicious because of my behavior during the last mission. We need to be careful.
Right. Well, better tell the others. I'll mention it to Vi and Saul. Need to speak with them about the next column anyway. You tell Baz. He ought to be at his factory. See ya.
A fire?
At an orphanage in Mulda, back when Ruse held control of the region. That's where Amlin and the others grew up. Problem is, there's no public record of the incident.
Huh?
I did find a small report on the fire from a local newspaper, however. According to the article, the orphanage was run by a mother and daughter plus a few others. Almost everyone died. Burned alive.
Huh?
Only 5 children survived. One of whom, I believe, is the captain.
That does indeed corroborate the professor's statement.
The children were playing outside, and when they returned to the orphanage, they found it burned to the ground. By their accounts,
It was an act of arson. Unfortunately, that's all there is on the matter.
But why?
It's worth noting, however, that Claudius and his 4 vassals came to Jutland around the same time. One of the places they visited included the Valkyria ruins at Mulda, near the orphanage.
Let me guess.
I remember. I'll never forget what you Rux did to us.
'Twas the Grand Generals.
Once Ruse annexed Mulda, local records were lost. The trail ends there. Even the royal archives contain no mention of the incident. It's like the orphanage never existed in the first place. I did learn the 5 surviving children were adopted by foster families, but I haven't found their names yet.
Have you mentioned this to Amlet?
I tried to speak with him about it, but he was evasive.
Is that so?
One last thing. The soldier. The augmented one.
Did you learn anything?
He is almost certainly Prince Laertes.
So he is alive.
How was it?
The sensitivity is excellent, and its resonance with the specimen is proving to be equally perfect.
But it's far from the maximized output we predicted.
Bingo! If an alchemist could draw out all that juice, I bet it'd blow the crap out of a light tank in just one hit.
Is something diverting its primary power source?
Or are the current synchronization levels insufficient?
Huh. Oh, hey! Thanks for the help, Am. We're gonna crank up the heat on this monotech, so come by later to check it out.
If I recall, both Jutland and Ruse held national funerals around the same time, after the Battle of Avaloon. More accurately, they were memorial services, but Ophelia spoke of them as funerals to mourn those who fell in battle.
Historically, the fact that both sides claimed it was their victory was given much attention. Claudius declared that Balthus, who lost his life at the war's onset, had died honorably at the Battle of Avaloon.
So he did manipulate the information. I thought it was odd when you said that Balthus died at the beginning of the war. Public records indicate that he was killed in action during the battle at Avaloon.
The Emperor capitalized on his death and claimed that Balthus greatly contributed in establishing the current Ruse.
Comrades, weep not for Balthus Greppenberg. Be proud. When the Jutes invaded our colony, like a pack of rabid dogs, it was the Grand General who minimized our losses. We may have lost Avaloon, but the damage dealt to those slavering curs was thanks to our dearly departed Balthus. In the face of invasion, we call this a victory.
His aim was to incite the people's hatred toward Jutland. Moreover, he commended Balthus's efforts against the enemy. By emphasizing that, he described Jutland's attack on Avaloon as an invasion.
So it was during this time that the Ruse's side of the argument started using the word invasion.
It's the same as how Jutland highlighted liberation. Speaking of, the national funeral was held at Ophelia's suggestion. The fact they obtained victory in the past 3 operations. Her thoughts for the soldiers who gave their lives for the cause. She conveyed all in her requiem. Freed the traitor continued his column, directing the people's anger to the Empire, especially with the Valkyria. He wrote that its appearance signified the Empire felt threatened, and it increased the morale of the country.